Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. Thank you for joining me again today for our blind playthrough of Blueprints, day 111. So many numbers feel special, and coming into this game is always special. I know I say that a lot, I know I've said that hundreds of times in various forms, but it is ever true. It is ever true. I'm really going to be obsessed with this game for a very long time, even beyond this playthrough. Like, it's a transformative experience, you know, the gift of getting to be a part of all of this. So my guys, really big day yesterday. We've had some amazing days in recent times. Yesterday was a top experience, quite emotional actually, and truly fulfilling and satisfying, as so many days have been. And it's a day that now makes today very, very exciting, because I am coming in committed to doing everything I can, to doing what I now know is the way to open that blue door, that blue door, because at the moment I only know about one of them, and that's exciting enough. From this I know there are more blue sealed doors. This has caused me no end of wonderful wondering about where there are others. And the thing I've been thinking is I think my first thought when I saw this is like, where are there other blue doors beyond the existing blue door? And maybe that's true. However, I kind of don't think that's it, because what this discovery, the Throne of the Blueprints, does is it permanently unlocks all blue sealed doors. So I always feel like, I'm trying to think of, I'm reeling from a few realizations here. One is that there is more than one blue door, and I don't know where the others are. To me, what this tells me, what I'm, very much leaning towards, is that there are other blue doors that are not beyond this blue door. There are other blue doors that I could just find in other ways. And so that's really got me thinking about, like, what are the other places that I haven't been discovering other blue doors, while I've been focusing on this one. And I have been making a list of possible ideas, for absolute sure. So, what I have so far, one of my big ones is actually Gemstone Cavern. And I don't know, I literally can't remember if I've mentioned this in previous episodes, so sorry if this is repetitive. For the last little while, I've been actually really thinking a lot about Gemstone Cavern, because I don't need to go there, because I don't think there's going to be anything there waiting for me. I think I need to discover something new to do there. But I've been thinking about it because of recent events. I've been reviewing the Alzara, I keep calling them premonitions. I don't think it's the right word, but I don't know what else really. I don't know. It's just what I'm continuing to go with. It's what I've used up until now. I've been reviewing the Alzara, premonitions, and the last one I think that we get from him that shows I think he calls it a hollow cavern, full of, I can't remember the exact phrasing, I've got it somewhere, full of like colored, brightly lit lanterns, that I think he describes in some way, likens them to stars or something like that. At some point I just reviewed that and I was like, hang on, rather than that being a place I can find and actually go to, which it could still be, but, like this, like so many of his predictions actually, seem to be sort of cryptic hints at other things. And so in that way, it seems like it must mean Gemstone Cavern, right? It must mean Gemstone Cavern. And we haven't done anything else in Gemstone Cavern, aside from getting it open, being able to benefit from it every single day with the extra gems and reading, a couple of notes in there. Like, that's it, right? I haven't done anything else in that place. And so all of a sudden that seems like a very, very compelling place to find something else in. And I've been thinking about what might do that. And I suppose, maybe this is just me leaning on the easy ideas, but the obvious thing that seems to do, things in many other places when there's no other obvious mechanism to use is contraptions, right? So I'm just kind of thinking what possible contraptions might I be able to go and experiment in Gemstone Cavern with. But the other thing I'm really, really giving some weight to there is that the miner's note that we find in Gemstone Cavern, the first paragraph that I had not thought about, I hadn't continued thinking about. Anyway, the first paragraph mentions that if you take, that one of the engineers suggests that if you take more than the 2 gems per day, getting greedier might risk the structural integrity of cave walls. When I first read that, of course, when I first got it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, they have to give you a reason for only receiving 2 a day, right? Like, so I just thought that's what that is. And it may still be what it is. They're just giving you a reason why you're only receiving 2 a day. Why is it that you can't get all of these gemstones, right? So that makes perfect sense to me. It would be weird if they didn't give you a reason for that. However, of course, upon rereading it with this, new idea in my mind, I am going, oh, are they saying that somehow if you come and get greedier in some way, maybe perhaps with a contraption that might try and take another gemstone, that you can willingly risk the structural integrity of cave walls and a cave wall will open in some way. So that seems potentially like it's instructions to me now. But again, besides bringing a particular contraption there, I don't know what it would be. So I'm just going to try different things as I have the option to do that. So that Gemstone Cavern is one thing I'm considering, but I think it's sort of top of my list, to be honest. The other is, of course, the many, many, many possibilities from using Blessing of the Monk to put rooms from the house in the outer rooms. And I already have a big list of things there. Obviously, the very next one that I'm going to do is going to be antechamber 100%, because we already know that's a thing of some interest. So I'm going to be trying that. But it could be, I've already gone through many of the other thoughts I have about things that could be something else, that could lead somewhere else maybe. Even, tunnel is something I'm thinking a lot about. Secret passage, I don't know, it could be so many things, right? I'm also thinking, and this is one of my earliest things, from what now feels like, 1,000 years ago, but like, I always thought that we were going to be going below the giant cog, that's near the reservoir. Like, I always thought it seems like something down there sort of opens up. And I've kind of just been like almost waiting for the game to kind of take me there. I thought like I'm going to find a path that will like lead me down below the cog at some point. But I don't know how to get there besides just trying to find other ways to move around. There's the obvious beyond room 46 in some fashion. I've always had the idea that I would be going somewhere else from that room, and that it involves the fireplace, like code up there with all of the realms, but I don't know. But the other new one that I have is Ares Court. Like, I still really suspect that we can go somewhere else from Ares Court, and I suspect we're going to find a way to open up the picture of the king. Like, that'll be revealed to be a door that slides away. This is what I really think. And my best guess about that so far is that there's something... I just got distracted for a second because I can hear Pixel outside's looking out the window at pigeons or birds, and he's doing his little kick kind of thing. It's very adorable. My thought is that there's something else we can do with the Ares Court clock puzzle down there. Like, that's a common theme, right? That there's not just sort of like with the tomb, there's not just one way to use this puzzle mechanism. There's another way to use it as well. I reckon there's something else to do with that clock. So I'm going to try and, I'm going to like go back over everything I already have and look for various solutions to many of these things. And yeah, however, for today, I already have something incredibly exciting to give my best attempt to. And we will get there, obviously. We will get there. So let's take stock of where we're at. We're cursed today, but I'm thinking that that's mostly going to be okay, because mainly what I'm going to be trying to do is get blue rooms. I have the Royal Scepter, which is set to blue anyway. But I'm also, of course, needing to get most definitely Throne Room, which is now a blue room. I'd really, really, for my purposes, like to get Study, because that will make, what I ultimately need to do is get 8 blue rooms in a row drafted. I think that's going to be more than possible with this, but, what if I get to 7 and I get a draft that doesn't have a blue room in it or something? Like, it can happen. So, yeah, getting Study and getting redraw die is going to be a big thing. If I can, I would also really like to try, because I think it's very, very, very complementary. I think these two goals go together really well, is to get Schoolhouse in the outer path and then try to get all of my classrooms, and to, at the very least, get the exam on rank 8, which I think might be my final blue memo. So let's see how we go. Oh, I mean, look, I would love to get my final planet in Planetarium so much. I really want it so much. It's actually like a really very compelling goal to me, because it's kind of the most interesting planet to me in many ways. I feel like maybe even something exceptional happens when you get all of them, However, I don't have keycard, and I do not want to trap myself here, so we'll definitely go break room, and this could even give us the key card, so it's a good first pick. Let's go. All right, so we're starting with -10. Thank you, calculator. And we are adding, hey Pixie, have you been looking at birdies? Little fluffy man? Yeah, he has. Anyway, so -10 and a third. What am I doing? What's a third of 20? 6.666. Okay. -10 plus. And it's then just. Well, hang on. Sorry, I'm doing this. Oh, this is so silly. I'm doing this 3 times, so it's just 20. It's just 10. I'll think ahead a little bit. Okay. All right, so here, what have we got? We've got a half, we've got an invert, and we've got an invert. And we're doing Pixel scratching the couch. And we are squaring and rounding just this one. Okay, so we're starting with good old 17. And then we're jumping across to this one where we are multiplying by 4, which gets a 68. We're rounding to 100, and then we're squaring 100 to get 10,000. Okay, good thing I can see 3 divisions here. We are then moving to so divide by 10 again, which gets us a slightly more reasonable 1,000. We'll divide by 10 again to get 100, and then we'll divide by 9 to get a number that doesn't feel right, 11.11. How is this going to work? I don't think this is going to work. Maybe I've done the order here wrong. I totally forgot to, that's what I didn't do. I totally forgot to invert this. All right, sorry. So it's 7. Actually, it's going to be a much higher number. So 17 inverts to 71. Then we multiply it by 4, and then we round that to, my God, then we round that to 300, which we square. So we actually get 9. All right, now it makes sense. Now we get 90,000. And then ultimately we bring that down to 900, and then you know, bring that down. So 900 divided by 9. And then we have 100, which we're subtracting 81 to get 19. Okay, I think that's it. There you are. All right. All right, walking away. We've at least got a couple of keys to start us off, so that's good. Let's go from here. Look, master key would be really good, but I don't really want to box myself in just yet. I know coat check is going to come up again. Like, I'm so thrilled that I've made coat check like a much more common room for myself now. So let's go good old parlor. I'm already starting off. The other great thing is I'm starting off today because we ended yesterday with the freezer, so we have a really good amount of gems. But, you know, more is not going to hurt. The statement on the white box is true. I'm just bringing myself up somewhere where I can write this down. So I'm going to label that for the time being as true, and then assume this one is true as well. Statements with the word white are always true. So as this one does, if this one has white, then we have a problem. It does, so we have a problem. Okay, so actually, statements with the word white are always true is definitely false. And since this one says the white box is true, this is also definitely false. So this is the only true statement. The gems are in the white box. We got it. Any other items? Yay, there we go. Okay. Obviously, yeah, I'd really like particularly to get to the corner. All right, so we'll do another break room. Man, none of this is counting towards my 8 blue rooms in a row because I don't have throne room yet. I'd love to get throne room. I'd love to get study. Like those are 2 things that are going to make a huge difference. And because I really would like to get schoolhouse, I want to get some redraws before I go out to the outer path. You know, standard fare. So. No modifiers, we're just doing 4 times 5, 20, times 2, 40, and then divided by 4, 10, and then divided by 10, 1. Here it's, so this one is, okay, so this is double. All right, so this is actually going to be 2/3 of 1. And then rounding, so that's going to round back up to 1. So it's 1 plus 1 plus, yeah, and that rounds to 2. And so is this just 4? Yay. All right. I was fairly sure it would work that way, but I just like to, you know, I make a lot of mistakes here, so it's good for me to check. Okay, well, I mean, this is a pretty great place for coat check. I cannot deny that this is an excellent place for coat check and that having the master key would be really, really, really good. However, it's just that at the moment this is my only chance for redrawing. And if I could get study or something, or even throne room. Like, this is a chance just to get some redraw die, and at the moment I have nothing. I'm going to do the next one because I think, look, whatever it is, we can make the best use of it. Okay, so let's in fact go. I mean, this is not a terrible spot for Lost and Found, and I do still want to keep getting Lost and Found when I can, and actually this is perfect because I don't have to step in here. Like, the other rooms, you know, look, I know I'm cursed, so, you know, like, but I've got a lot of money, I've got a lot of gems, you know. Look, we lost a key, but we're probably going to have master key. I'm going to say that I'm squinting my eyes. Obviously, that's definitely the spray, which I never use anyway. But that's the lucky rabbit's foot, I'm fairly sure. At the moment, I can't see any other items. I know it's possible that something really good like Secret Garden Key could be in there. But either way, it's an extra time it's been drawn. I'm still full of belief that there could be more to be had in Lost and Found. I've always believed heavily in the power of that room. And it's, yeah, you know, there's a reason that we dug that thing up and that it says it contains rare items. It does. It does contain rare items. I think it's likely to contain more. I mean, I could see the bookshelf kind of being full up, like the shelf, the shelf being full of things in there. So, you know, let's keep going with it. This will lose me my key, but I like, yeah. I've got to remember, like, don't make silly choices like, Rebecca, you're cursed. You're cursed, girl. But this is my only way forward, so I think I might as well lose the key. Yeah. And I suppose if we can get Master Key here, that'd be great, right? Yeah. Maybe it's just the best thing I can do because it's going to take away my key issue today. It's just going to help with the curse. And I've got two other ways forward that I can make good use of. I hate to miss out. I hate to miss out on all of these redraws when I don't have any other redraw possibility. And it might be my best, it might be my best way. It might be my best way to try and get study. No, let's do this. It solves a problem. It solves a problem. All we have to do is just not walk into Lost and Found. Okay. Retrieve. Thank you, Master Key. You are going to solve so many problems. Unfortunately, not this one. But all of my locked doors will be easier. So let's actually do this one first. I guess it doesn't matter, does it? No, it doesn't really matter. Oh well, let's do it. We're here now. All right, workshop is perfect. Really wants to give me these rooms today. Maybe mail rooms like, Rebecca, I haven't seen you for a while. Okay, that's brilliant. So now we can open our trunk. Might as well do that now and go from here. Yay, okay. So the key will be, if nothing else, useful for treasure trove. Okay, I think my best thing to do here again is just to get up so we have some space. I don't want to waste the exit of conference room because it's just too good. So let's go spare veranda. It's okay. I have many gems and I get a repair gem anyway. So that's all right. We can live with that. Such a beautiful room. All right. Okay, now we're cooking. These are both good options here. But I think dining room, I need exits. I need exits. I'd really, really like to get whatever I'm going to get from observatory, but yeah. We'll get there. We will get there. Okay. Now, because I don't have to worry about the whole effigy situation, I can pick this up today. That's fine. I can pick this up. Without having any redraw possibilities, I think I'm just going to keep going up. God, it's very insistent on mailroom. Is there a reason for this? Is there a reason for this? I really do wonder sometimes when the game really seems to be going, like, it seems to be nudging me, like, take this room, take this room. I wish this was pointed in the other direction. However, yeah, let's go ahead and do commissary. Alright, so this is excellent. Great. Love it. Beautiful. Thank you so much, commissary. Alright. So this is a problem. This is a problem. I guess if I do get myself into a real pinch, there's the possibility of getting trading post. However, I'm assuming that the Real Scepter is also going to impact the outer rooms, and so I'm thinking I'm probably going to be more likely to get this top row here, which would be great for a schoolhouse, sure. But yeah, if I wanted to get trading post to try and get myself a key card, I think I'd be in trouble. So I think rather than attempting that right now, oh, I just walked straight. I'm just totally wasting steps all over the place. Where am I? I'm totally turning around. I think I'm going to try and go from workshop, even though it uses the steps. I think it's just the better of my options. I do already have the ability. I could do detector shovel. I don't know, but yeah. All right, boudoir, absolutely it is. And again, once again, it's so insistent on giving me these rooms. What the hell? I'm losing some steps from this, but at least we get redraw die. Get another little gem. Man, like, this feels like it might be a more difficult day than I was ready for. Oh no. I actually really need to redraw here because I can't have this be it. Like, I then only have that area from dining room to move away from, which is going to be really difficult. I'm sorry to say no to treasure trove, but like I freaking have to. Once again, wow. Okay. Suppose it's nice to have the option of chronograph just in case. So I have to do corridor, which is going to lose me this key. But I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. This isn't great. This isn't great. Yikes. Huh. So I have the option of using one more redraw here to try and get north, or just taking boudoir. Wow, this might end up being a short day. I suppose if it is a short day, it's okay. I just start the next day and I'm not cursed, right? I could take boudoir and then at least have 3 redraws in order to try and get beyond dining room. Harsh. Really harsh. I suppose I could also... Like, planetarium is also going to have a redraw die for me. It's going to have a redraw die for me, a trunk. But it's really the redraw dies are the things that count at the moment. The trunk maybe could have the key card in it. Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna risk planetarium. Okay, pebbles doesn't help me, but thank you. All right, and a couple of keys, which yeah, also sort of, it's nice, but it doesn't help my situation. So now I have 2 redraws. This could just be a short day. Haven't had one this short for a while, but maybe that's what it is. Yikes. I mean, my other option is to go to the outer room and potentially even draft Tomb to get some more redraws, but it's not much, is it? Let's see how we go from dining room. Rough, man. Rough. Okay, so Den is actually perfect. Den is very perfect. Good. So we get, like, we could put a dead end here and get it out of the pool at the very least. Yeah, so we'll put bedroom closet here. Key and a gem. Nice. We'll pick up this gem. No other items in den today. So this we have 2 redraws to make this work under kind of difficult circumstances, but Foya is here to help me out. The 2 gem cost is fine, and we're going to lose a key. It's fine. Thank you, Foya. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for your help. For your my little stress pun. Okay, so we'll go. We're just like, oh man, I hate relying on a single exit. I hate it. Because it means every new room needs to be a room I can move forward in, and it means I can't use rooms to like try and get like key pass, you know, unless it's break room. And the risk here is that this could also be a security door. It just could be. Whew, thank God. Thank God. That little key isn't going to help me. None of this is going to be much help if I can't go forward anyway. I'm going to leave it for now. Okay, so surely I'm desperate enough. It has to be silver key, right? I need exit options. Okay. I need exit options. So gymnasium actually doesn't give them to me. It has to be one of these 2. So well, they're fine. It doesn't matter. So let's just go, like, rotunda, I guess, is what makes sense here? Eventually I need to be able to get 8 blue rooms in a row, but I can't do it yet. So getting, on one hand, I'm sort of like, what if I get blue rooms like out of the pool so that I'm more likely to get the particular blue rooms that I need first, you know, in particular throne room, but also study would be great. Or is it sort of like use a non-blue room for now so that your pool is full of blue rooms later? I'm gonna do rotunda. I suppose my thinking is I'm not gonna run out. I'm not gonna run out of blue rooms, especially if I get schoolhouse and add a whole bunch more blue rooms in. What I'm trying to get here is redraw possibilities, as well as, you know, study and throne room to help me out with all of this. Okay, so let's try going from here. Okay, this is just a question of, do I want to go forward or do I want to go up? I probably want to go forward because it gets me further away. Yeah, it gets me into a fully open space where I can go in any direction. Yeah, or otherwise I could put parlour down. No, yeah, but then that just goes into the same space as the commissary room goes. Yes, alright, so let's do this. I would much prefer, of course, that... I'm just going to do this one while I'm here. I would much prefer that I get more rooms with more exits. But I'm afraid of using my redraw die, like, too early. Okay, drawing room, absolutely. I'm sorry, treasure trove, it's got to be drawing room here. Brilliant. Okay, so that's a really good option for going forward because we get redraw as well. What is the best play then? What is the best play? Maybe let's just go from, yeah, let's go this way from drawing room. Any other items? Simon's sniffing around. Yeah, let's try here. Okay, oh, it's a waste of courtyard. It's just a two exit room this way. Observatory is the wrong way. I can't flip it. Nook is fine. It gets me forward, but I think I might as well redraw. Oh, so that's This might be a good time to do chronograph. I regret my decision. So in that case, let's go for Nook then. Yikes, man. I could really do with a showroom. I could really do with ornate compass. If only I could flip this around. Okay, so we'll go Nook. It's at least forward movement. I suppose let's try from here. Like, sometimes, I don't know, ordinarily I'd be sort of like, oh, this would be a great spot for Secret Garden Key, but like, how likely is Secret Garden Key? Maybe let's try going from Nook. Okay. Okay, this is good. A couple of good options here. Now I'm still cursed, so Chapel will... Like, what? I'm doing pretty well. I don't need to worry about the money. I don't need to worry about so much about the gem. You know, it's nice to not lose gems, but it's not gonna be heartbreaking. And to be honest, losing the key isn't that bad anyway, because really I just need a key for Treasure Trove. Maybe, you know, maybe Locker Room if it were to come up, but... So I'm not too worried about losing keys. Losing steps is a bit more harsh. However, I do have kitchen behind me, which is pretty good. What can I do to make Throne Room appear? It's already a standard room. So it's kind of just like getting, like, maybe the best play is just get through more blue rooms. You know, we just need it to make an appearance. Okay, at the very least, if I can manage to connect with Foundation here, that'll be very, very, very good. Oh, this is 100% worth it. Thank you, Passageway. Thank you, Passageway. I sometimes think this spot encourages Passageway, which I am very in favor of. Yes. Beautiful, thank you. Now, I did have Throne Room here yesterday. Maybe there's a chance it's got certain spots it's more likely in. Like, I've had Throne Room in a couple of the same places a couple of times. So that makes me sort of interested to draft in other places, again, in case I can get more redraws. So I might... I guess while I'm in Boiler Room, just to avoid spending the space, and can't see any dig spots, let's go here. Alright, well, let's do Treasure Trove, because I suppose the other thing I wonder is, do black prints make other blueprints a bit more likely? I don't know. I could also try to use Secret Passage to get myself showroom. That's the other thing. That is the other thing. Like, I've got Drawing Room to access the space below anyway. And I've got Foundation now above me, though I haven't checked. The problem is that they could be security doors, and quite frankly, they are often likely to be security doors. So I don't know yet if I can actually access that space. And if I do get Showroom here, it would mean I couldn't go north, except from the Foundation exit, which I don't know if I can access yet. I think I'm going to go Treasure Trove for now. Like, I've got to be concerned with the number of spaces I have yet to draft in. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, and one of these at least needs to be Throne Room. Oh, you know what? I'm so silly. I just realized how silly my logic was there. It's not a black print anymore. Anyway, look, it doesn't matter. I want treasure trove anyway for many reasons. So, you know, I want treasure trove on every day anyway. It's fine. Okay, so let's see what we got today. By the way, guys, I have actually finished my whole... Can you hear it? I have finished an entire notebook. So I have just started page 1 of another notebook. This means that I now have 2 notebooks that I'm using because, of course, like I have so many notes, you know, that I need to keep adding to and relying on in my original notebook. But I've started, like, the thing about Gemstone Cavern and, like, you know, what other places I might be able to find blue doors in, etc. That's all gone in page 1 of my new notebook. It's the exact same notebook as I've been using. It's a little A4 Muji notebook, which I really like. But anyway, that's by the by. So this is number 38, another black trunk. This one, we had a black sun trunk yesterday. Today we've got a black moon trunk. This is the main thing I needed keys for. You must don the mantle. So this, hang on. No, this is a huge lie. You must don the mantle of the... Could the... Oh my god, this didn't occur to me. Oh, I think this might have given me a really good idea. So this is a lie because this is not how we perform castling. But I've just realized the mantle of... I hadn't thought about it because I just think about the armory. The mantle of the night would be a cloak. The mantle of the night could be the cloak that we need in the court cloak... What is it? Court cloak castle. Okay. But how would... If... I'm on a totally different tangent. Sorry, treasure trove. Oh my god, it could be that... Because it's a freaking mantle. How would that work? How would that work if I... Alright, I'm noting this right now that this could be the cloak. This could be, could also not be. Mantle of the night could be the freaking thing. Airy cloak, mantle of the night. So I suppose it raises the question, if this is something to do with the cloak, does it mean something to do with the room armory, or does it mean something to do with the chess pieces and having mantle of the night? Castle, I've talked about what my theories of castle could be. It could mean just having throne room. It could mean doing the act of castling. What would court be? We already have Ares court. I assume that's what it is. And then I think, well, is it to do with the place Ares court? Is it to do with the key of Ares that we get from Ares court? Is it to do with the scepter that we get ultimately from this series of events? Oh, okay, alright. That's at least given me something really interesting to consider. Really interesting. Okay, I'll just note this down though. Green, you must don. Obviously it's the phrasing that they were talking about, donning the mantle. And, without even reading beyond that, my brain was going, cape! You're telling me something about a cape! My god, this is really interesting. You must don the mantle of the night to perform the ritual of castling. Okay, now, pretty sure that this one is a lie because we've already done castling, but I'm just going to double check. What is it about this that tells us that this box is a lie? I'm just looking back at my rules. I know that we know that pink boxes with moons are always lies. What else have I got? Like, we had something ages ago that said the next 4 boxes marked with moon contain false statements, but we're past those now. I'm just wondering if I have a rule related to this that I haven't written out about, like black boxes with... pink boxes with moon. The other black box with a moon that I have here was also a lie. At least that I'm looking at. And then what do I have here? Yeah, we've had a lot of black... No, okay, I have had a couple of... No, sorry, I have another black box with a moon that was also a lie. That was that nuance is known to be a peaceful realm. Okay, so it may be that I don't have the actual rule yet, but it may be that black boxes with moons are always lies. Okay, this has been... this may have been very useful. It may be just, you know, it may not be the thing. However, I'm very happy to have something to think about, because I had kind of nothing related to that cloak idea in any way, apart from like thinking about like, oh, you know, cloaking yourself in shadow or something like that. Anyway, all right, cool. Cool, let's go on. Let's see what we get. Okay, cloister is super perfect for here. I'm just going to lose a gem, so we'll lose 4 gems. It's okay, we can live with that. We can live with that. Okay, it gives me options. We've got food in the dining room waiting for us. So how am I using my dig spots today? It'd be most useful to get jackhammer if possible, but I am nowhere near doing that yet. Because, yeah, like, redraw die would be the most valuable thing. However, if I get them now, what would I get? Keys, which I don't need. You know, turnips could be nice, but I do have other food options nearby. Yeah, I don't know. So I think just leaving them and potentially waiting for jackhammer could be the best thing. What's the next most useful thing to do? Like, possibly here? I don't know yet what kind of a door this is, but let's say it's a locked door. We could bypass this locked door here. If it's a security door, we could bypass this security door through this. So maybe let's do this. Okay. Oh, I mean, it might not be a bad option since I don't have... Yeah, okay. This could be actually great here. Okay. However, I haven't had a terminal yet. So I can't do this yet. But this would mean if I get access to a terminal, I can, even if I don't get keycard today, and I'm already like at foundation, so it's fine. Yeah, all right. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. So we'll leave that one for now, but we'll turn gymnasium off just in case. I still can't remember how this works with darkroom. I feel like I've had different experiences. My memory is not good about whether I actually need to enter darkroom before changing this or not. Okay, we might as well just do that. Okay, that's really good. That at least gives me some hope about bypassing security doors. So maybe the next best thing to do is to try to go here and try to get ourselves into the corner. Okay, I don't know. Like, I'm actually doing pretty well at bypassing the curse today. Like, it can't hurt me a huge amount. I mean, my gems are going down for absolute sure. It's not great. I think it's probably... I've still got the exit from drawing room to use. So, and that one also comes with a natural redraw, which is great. So I might be able to use that to access the 2 spaces down there. And so I might put observatory here because it gets me where I want to go, and I'll get whatever the benefits of observatory are. Ah, okay, great. Key, nice. Apples, very good. Gem, nice. Thanks, observatory. And we're back up to 39 stars. I'd really like to do a big star experiment. Alright, let's see what we can get going here. And it can be a dead end because we've got access to the next space from Cloister. So, look, laundry room is a very good option, but only if I'm able to get study, really. I don't, you know, like I could use it to just have loads more gems, which is in itself great, but it is really about getting study more than anything. So, let's, come on. Surely we can make a deal, you and I. Okay. I guess it might as well be attic then, just to see what this can get us. So gem. There's at least part of jackhammer, which could be really good. Does that count as 4 items? Oh, no, I don't think so. Okay, lockpick kit is nice, but I have the master key. Alright. Okay. I'm still curious about whether this is anything on her hand, because it could be Mount Holly berries, but it's really indistinct. It's not easy to see. Okay, I've already looked under this floor several times. Okay, alright. So that's at least something we're part of the way to jackhammer, and jackhammer would be great. Yeah. Jackhammer would be great to get the possibility for more redraws. I don't even have access to antechamber yet, so I don't know if it matters so much for me to have access here on this space. I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of like running out of options. Let me just take a look. I'm trying to remind myself, what could Solarium do for me? I think I might still have study set as an unusual room, which pains me. So I am thinking of putting Solarium here. In fact, I've done it. I've done it now. I might as well just use this dig spot. Okay, that's nice. I'll definitely take that. Thank you. And gem. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Is there something else for me? Ah, a little key. Okay. I have loads of keys. I'm so close to things that can really help me out. So close but not there. Like everything needs one more step to sort of like be super useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if I need to get 8 blue rooms in a row, and let's just go here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of them has to be throne room. And honestly, to make it really realistic, probably one of them needs to be study. I really only have a few more drafting opportunities anyway, so So this is not going to be the schoolhouse day, because there's no way I would flood my pool with classrooms at this stage. I would do it after getting throne room, because I think that could just make it all easier, maybe, if I think about the direction of them. So I think I just really need to do everything I can to try and get study. I'm thinking of, yeah, like going up here and trying to get it in this corner, which has often been the case. So that is this way. And I suppose I'll find out if we're dealing with... It's a regular door. Okay, it's a regular door. I don't really... This is also my only opportunity to have access to... Okay, conference room will do perfectly. Yeah. Alright, conference room will do perfectly. So theoretically, access to antechamber here if it comes up. I don't know, all I can do is hope, and I'm wondering, like, yeah, like, when do I use my other two redraw die, you know? Could library make study more likely? And if I go beyond this, I can't use the chronograph to get library back again, I guess, is just what I'm thinking. Let's just try. Okay. It's really insistent on clock tower and mailroom. It's really... I should have got these out of the draft pool somewhere, but like, I've been struggling, man. I've been struggling. I'm in study struggle town. What could locksmith get me? It could get me secret garden key. What would secret garden key get me? It would get me access to antechamber. What would access to antechamber get me? The crown, which would just get me the ability for the occasional redraw. I mean, it's better than a redraw. It takes something out of the pool, which is really good, but it's not... I'm even wondering if on the corners dead ends might be more common, because I have often had study up here, so that's why I'm thinking of using my redraw here. It might just be better to go boudoir to get the extra redraws. Yeah. Oof, man, I really thought it would be today. I really thought it would be today. Okay. If this could be study though, that could still work fine. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of the other remaining spaces apart from this one in this section of the house would need to be my 8 blue rooms in a row. That means that one of these the other 3 spaces, including this one right in front of me, need to be throne room. So I'm thinking that the chances are getting really low. I could... put walk-in closet here in the hope of getting more redraws. Or just use this to try and get study here. I'm thinking about using this to try and get study, and then maybe I don't know, like going into the outer path to see if I can get either tomb or trading post. Like I can't use library to help me out here anyway. All right. I went for it. It didn't work. It didn't work. So I guess I'm going to try for veranda just in case it could give me the... Okay. The battery pack. Nope. Gems. Dig spots. I mean, I'm going to leave it just in case. Just in case. And I don't need them otherwise. Yeah, okay. So this is the chances of moving forward from here are pretty thin on the ground. The best thing I can think of is to outer path at this stage. Just to see if I can get, because I might even, you know, I might even be able to get trading post and get the battery pack and use that to get redraw die. Yeah. I'm just going to go through the house honestly and just pick up the food sources that I have. Not even like not even a terminal today. That's where we're at. Okay. So here we need to get into kitchen. Whee! We'll just buy all of this up. I'm racking my brains like, what else can I do to... What else can I do? Why is study so elusive sometimes? Why is study so elusive? Yeah, it is an unusual room. I really, really wish, you know, it's quite possible, and you're probably, you know, like yelling at the screen. It's quite possible that I myself have made it a more unusual room at some stage when it wasn't a room that was much use to me because, you know, earlier in the game I had such a gem issue. So I could imagine I was kind of like, well, I can't even make good use of this anyway. Of course, since then it's become one of my most useful rooms. We'll just eat that. Not much else I can do, but at least take care of my step situation. Okay, so from here we'll just head out. Like, yeah, I can't even think of like another useful contraption I could possibly make. Huh? Oh, it's gonna be the... Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. And I've remembered it's been a while since I've lost these. I don't need the tools to get them. Like, they just appear back, so that's all good. I forgot about my microchips. We'll see the little jar today. Hey, little jar. Ah, such a treat. It's a weird little... It's like a little unusual... It's not an Easter egg, but, you know, it feels kind of like that. Like a little unusual thing that you only see occasionally. All right. So, what can I do? Shrine I'm not going to be able to use, right? Like, I'm cursed. It's not going to let me put money in, so that's not going to do anything for me. Tool shed could maybe have battery pack. More dig spots is not any use to me unless I have jackhammer. So I think let's just go tool shed. Oh, okay, all right. There's a tiny glimmer of hope, maybe that this could potentially work then. It's pretty small because not only, like, even if I'm able to get, let's say, throne room and study, and quite frankly, in that order, because, you know, if I'm going to use these spots, I need this one to be study and I need this one to be throne room. I'm just going to put that in for luck. Then, thankfully, workshop is just here. Yeah, then I still, not only do I need to be able to get all of these blue rooms next to each other, I obviously need to be able to, like, have them be particular blue rooms that can string together access-wise, which I think is pretty hard to imagine. Broken lever. All right, but this is good. We've got the jackhammer. I've got a bunch of dig spots around the place, and I've got plenty of steps. So that's nothing to sneeze at. Where are my dig spots? There is one in planetarium. I think it's worth going to. That one dig spot, it could be. Oh no, I've already used that one. Silly me. All right, wasting steps then. But one single dig spot in itself could be three. Could be three. Okay, I've just got things that I don't want to use in Lost and Found. I mean, the Lucky Rabbit's Foot I know could have made items more likely, right? But it's not really worth losing something really important to step in there and getting it. Okay, so we'll head up this way. Don't think veranda had any anyway. We'll get the gems from watering can. That's nice. So I still can't even go from here. Like, I've even had attic. I've had 2 break rooms. I haven't managed to get the freaking key pass. I can't believe I haven't had a single terminal yet. Okay, anyway, let's just do what we can. So there's only this way. We've bought everything, haven't we? Yeah. Might as well refill. From kitchen, so there's rumpus room. I mean, I could try drafting from rumpus room and it just changes the shape of the room that I'm drafting into. I almost, because literally... Hang on. Yeah, it's missing. Look at that. I think a lot of the time, I haven't gone back and double checked this, but I'm so sure that a lot of these missing rooms are throne rooms. I've already figured out that a lot of them are great halls and a lot of them are break rooms. I know that this one that's missing up here on rank 7 is the throne room. It was very exciting. That's interesting. So maybe throne room also has a tendency to be missing from the from these maps. That's so bizarre. Anyway, it was throne room. So throne room was on this spot, which just makes me wonder if it could be there again. But it makes it difficult to be here checking. Okay. So I feel like that could potentially be my best spot for throne room. But what that would mean is that I would have 1, 2... Does throne room itself count? No, I don't think it does. From memory, I think it was only when we drafted another blue room here that we got 1. So, yeah, I don't think it does. If I were to get throne room here, which would be immensely lucky, then I would need to use all of these spots and this one, or this one, for a final blue room. Like, it's just so immensely difficult to imagine. I think I might as well just draft from here and see what we get. Yep. So nothing here is useful. All I can do is redraw. I think 6, 7, 8. I think that unless the next spot is throne room, that's it. So you know, even getting lab and getting the terminal doesn't really help me because it's not going to give me, it's not really going to have any hope of giving me redraws. Boudoir would at least give me redraws. I realized this was very silly of me. I should have gone and got the other dig spots by now. Yeah. I'm just distracted because I'm like, you know, there's so little chance of this working. Anyway, I'm just gonna put this here. So from here, I'll walk away. I'll go and get these dig spots. Silly me, silly me, silly me. I think that the chances of this working are just so low. I think this is like, we say goodbye to this day soon. Still. This is helpful. Nice. The redraw die are the main thing. And was there was, no, I got that one. What else did we have? Veranda. Only veranda, not that. So boiler room, passageway, and boiler room didn't have anything. Once again, this is one of those days where I was able to use the freezer to get a whole bunch of gems. And look, it has been really useful, no doubt. It's been really, really useful to help counteract, you know, to help us draft without worrying about things and to help counteract the effect of the curse. However, yeah, I haven't been able to use it in the way that I really want to, which is with study. Is that it? That's it for today here? Okay. And then there's just these ones. I just saw the, okay, that's nice. I just saw the old shoe. All right, done. Okay. I just saw the, I'm honestly thinking rather than this spot, I'm going to draft from here just because I think it, I feel, I have vibes that maybe it could be a lucky spot for throne room. I know it's going to give me study. I know it's going to give me study, which is going to be pointless. It's going to be pointless. No. Redraw. Redraw. Security. I would have loved to have seen you earlier. I mean, look, if this does, obviously if this doesn't work, and there's every chance that you know, this is it. There's only this. Yep. All right. So it's not going. So this idea is gone now. There's no chance of it. There's no chance of it. I guess then my question is, what else can I make of the day? Because this is not going to be the blue. This is not going to be the blue door day. Maybe then, you know, like courtyard could get me more redraws. Security will let me do the security thing. So, what can I turn my mind to? I can't do the schoolhouse thing either. So I can try my very best to try and get my last planet. Like that might be maybe something useful. So I guess, is courtyard more useful because I might get redraws from it? Or is security more useful because I get... I could also use experiments. You know, that's the other thing. I could do... I could get a really useful experiment like getting stars or getting... some other permanent increase or something like that. I might do security. Yep, so we know where the lucky rabbit's foot and the repellent is. The trunk and the apple. The trunk and the apple. That I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm missing trunks. And maybe this is a day to just go and check down in Safe House to see is that where items are appearing? By any chance? Kind of weird. Unless a couple of those things are in Lost and Found. I don't know. Okay, so we need to set this to low. I guess, no, actually we might as well set it to high, right? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm okay for keys, and I'm going to be okay for, yeah, so this is the only one that matters. We'll set that to unlocked. Cool. Back, log in. We can see if there's any more shenanigans from the rest of the staff, which I always look forward to. Yes, more. I agree, but I believe that one is part of a 6x3 grid, not 9x5. So I've concluded that it does not have a connection to the estate floor plan. I've noticed a few others of these that the Baron placed around the estate. Yeah, okay, yeah, so that's interesting. They give you the explicit hint that that is to do with a 6x3 grid. I guess if I had seen this, like not only would the previous one have given me the hint to look on the, the door at the back of the secret passage bookcase, but this, I wonder, obviously I can't go back in time and see how my own brain would play out, but I wonder if maybe this would have made me, I definitely would have looked for a 6x3 grid, and I wonder if I would have seen the grid, because I have a picture of it. I have written it out in my own notes. I have drawn that brick. I've drawn a lot of the things that I saw in A New Clue. So I wonder if that would have, I wonder if that would have been enough for me to find that. I think it would have, to be honest. I would have gone back through my notes. I remember, I would have been looking for grids. I've got that written there. It did stick in my mind because I always wondered what it was. I just didn't think it was, it never occurred to me that it was sort of like, that it was a grid that I would need to fill with letters to make a code that I overlay from other, that part didn't occur to me at all. But I was like, it's something. Interesting. Okay, cool. We'll do our usual shovel. Thank you. And remote terminal access, lab. It's probably going to be a dig spot related experiment after I've done all of the dig spots, but what could I do? What could I have done? Okay, so no stars, unfortunately. The anti-chamber door thing doesn't, I don't need the crown. I don't need it. So we might as well permanently increase our lockpicking skills. I suppose the other possibility is if I'm able to get lots of chests, maybe one of them could have the telescope in it. And so what's more likely? I think I might as well do this, but the problem is I'm unlikely to get enough steps to use that much of it. Yeah. Because I've used my step things now. Okay, let me look at my map. I'll have it on my phone. Great. Okay, and I'm gonna do this now because then I don't need to come back here to do it. Let's just use this at the end of the day to get whatever we get. Okay, great. I'm just going to do that, I guess, because it's a permanent increase. Yeah. So at least we get something from it. Whatever it is, we get something from it. Okay. I was thinking about potentially rejigging the packets again, but I'll leave it for now. Oh, there's a little coin. Okay, all right. Well, I guess it's just sort of seeing what I can make of the day now. So only darkroom will get me forward, and I'll lose all of the things that I lose from this. I suppose I could actually dead end this spot. Yeah, I'm going to dead end it. I'm going to put freaking clock tower here because clock tower has been very insistent today. I mean, again, it could have been a really good strategy to just make sure I get clock tower out of the pool, but like I didn't really have very many, I didn't have very many good options for that. So money, that's that. Thank you, clock tower. Mysterious moon tower. Drives me nuts. I like to check what's out there sometimes and just have a think. Just have a rethink about what I can see. Like I'm wondering, like the blue memo that we got in the clock tower, for example, says that the inner eclipse only appears in the north sky. So, like, I wonder if that relates to the clock tower, as in something you can see from the clock tower. Okay, it'd be really good to be able to head, to be able to head around here, ideally, to be able to head back to the west path, but that won't do it. Only these two will do it. So I might as well darkroom. Now, does darkroom flick off? Yes, it does, but I can, at this stage, go and turn it on. We go through boiler room to... just trying to pull up my map to look a little bit more clearly into treasure trove. Cloister utility closet. There we go. Off. Great. Well, that's something. It's not much, but it's something. And then back down to treasure trove. From boiler room, I might as well go into nook and draft from here. Drawing room, boudoir. Oh, a little key. Redraw die that I didn't pick up before. Gem. Okay. Yeah, I was originally thinking I would come back here to draft next, but then I just changed my mind. So, I don't know. I don't think anything is particularly useful here, and, what should I do? Like, use a redraw? Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing that's useful here. Let me check my parlor map. Okay, so where am I? I have to do this on my phone map now. Rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have I filled in the information on this spot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah, I have. I've done the whole east wing. Yeah. And the Mount Holly symbol does appear in the fireplace there. So, yeah, I'm just thinking, let's just put lavatory there. Whatever. No special items. All right, so that's done. From there, so drawing room, nook, back to boiler room. No, I'm glad I went back and checked. I actually realized I can't go from passageway and dark room anyway, because I'm having to do this like all from like the map I've taken on my phone, the photo of the map I've taken on my phone, and I'm having to fill in the blank spots here with my brain. So I realized like the exits from dark room are actually, it's a dead end. So that's actually not useful. So what we should do is go back into drawing room, back into rotunda, and head from rumpus room. The other option is commissary, just for these last spots. And really, you know, all I'm really trying to do is either, I think one of two main things. Either get myself a telescope somehow, or potentially still get study, so I could call it a day in study and have study as an option for tomorrow. Okay, so we're heading forward, like we're heading towards the west wing here. There's 2 spaces in front of me. You know, bedroom is something. It's not much, but it's something. It doesn't get me towards the west wing, but it gets me a rank further down. Or does it not? Hang on. No, it doesn't. I've boxed myself in here. Oh, it's pointed the wrong direction. Okay, that was silly of me. All right. Look, as you can probably tell, my head's not really in the game here, because I'm sort of like, there's not much to make of this day. So let's just go. So that spot is filled in now. Let's just go from commissary and just see. I feel like, yeah, there's not a huge amount of hope for getting any of these final goals. I know normally like I hold on to every last little hope I can, but I think I'm just sort of like, I think that the chances of getting anything at this stage are pretty thin. Nevertheless, let's go and do these last little spots just in case. So into commissary. Okay, we can get through here now. Well, showroom is the only thing that at least gets me to the next 2 spots anyway, so we'll do that. This could... No, it doesn't... Alright, so showroom doesn't even give me... This would have been useful much earlier. Showroom doesn't even give me... Can I get... Hang on. Can I have 2 chronographs? Oh. Does that give... Because I've had 2 silver spoons, haven't I? I wonder if that means I get 2 uses of chronograph. But I can't even have moon pendant to like save items for tomorrow. So... none of these get me to the next spot anyway. Mailroom obviously would be nice to set myself up a little bit for tomorrow. I can't even like rotate any of these to be useful to me. I'm pretty sure chapel, like we can only enter through that one space, right? Oh no, okay. So chapel could at least get me to the next spot. Like, if I choose mailroom, it's just, that's it. It's just mailroom and that's it. There's 2 more drafting spots from here. I don't know. I'm holding out a little hope. I'm just not holding it very well. So I think from here, if I do chapel, yeah, we can at least go forward and try again. courtyard doesn't rotate. Okay, so none of these will get me to the next spot. I need to be able to go forward. Courtyard does not rotate. Alright, well then there is only... Hang on. Actually, hang on. So from commissary I drafted... yeah, actually these two are perfect because I need to go around the corner here to get to the last spot. So I'm going to do courtyard because it might get me some redraw die, and it might maybe get me telescope through the trunk. We'll see. Nothing. Well, nothing useful. That's a little useful. None of these useful. Alright. That's all the dig spots. So there's now, this is the last spot. This is the last spot to do anything with. So maybe then mailroom is the best thing, just to start tomorrow with something. Or I could risk it all and see if study could possibly come up, and then I have an option for study tomorrow, which, given how today has gone, you know, I'd really like. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all. Alright, last redraw. Okay, that's it. So that's all I can do. I can only do, you know, things that don't matter. Or, like, could bunk room have telescope? I don't think it's likely because it usually has items that can double, and you're not going to have two telescopes. So does this mean I can go, like, none of these are going to have telescope in them, I think. I don't know, maybe classroom could. We tend to get hall pass in there, or gems, if anything, but yeah. Okay, so I can actually keep rewinding. That's actually really useful. Maybe walk-in closet could have telescope. That's the... It's like, do I go for mailroom, which is definitely helpful tomorrow, or do I go for walk-in closet, which is a risk? I'm honestly gonna... you know, because I'm kind of throwing this day anyway. Yeah, I thought I'm feeling risky. It didn't pay off, but like, what if it did? What if it did, you know? What if it did? Okay. So thank you, Clara. Thank you, Clara. I appreciate the help. So that's that for today. However, I do have one last option to make a little bit of use of today, which is since I have jackhammer, just to go out and try this in Gemstone Cavern. Yeah, and then I can cross it off my list. I can go, I've been here, I've been in Gemstone Cavern with jackhammer. It didn't do anything, so I move on to more knowledge, you know, to trying new things. But I think it's important that I try. I think it could be that there is something really exciting. There could be a blue freaking door, or other, you know. I think it's really likely that there's more to Gemstone Cavern. So, oh, you're kidding me. You are kidding me. It's the first thing I tried? And it happened in the first second as I walked in here? Oh my god. Wow. Despite having been warned of the cavern's stability, oh my god. Alright. Dang, I was thinking like... I was thinking this would just be a no, and I'd cross it off my list, and, you know, like, that's all that would come of the day. I'm delighted. And what I was really thinking, you know, like, I'm fairly sure I've come in here with Power Hammer before, because to me, that's the thing that makes sense, right? Like, I'm looking for things in the walls, and even the clue that I got about this, you know, which I was thinking maybe a clue, it refers to the walls. The gemstones are in the walls. So I didn't really have a lot of hope about jackhammer because I'm thinking a jackhammer is for the ground, you know? Like it's a shovel jackhammer. It's not an actual jackhammer. It's a shovel. Anyway, clearly, wrong assumption, but thank God I tried this. So, despite having been warned of the cavern stability, you may be able to use your makeshift jackhammer to mine for additional gems. However, each time you are successful, the chance of a mine cave-in will increase. Be forewarned, a collapse of any scale will permanently close this site, and with it, the daily gems it provides. Okay, that's actually quite scary. Alright, okay. It's not only quite scary, it's disastrous if I actually lose these 2 gems at the beginning of the day, isn't it? Like, that makes every day so much harder, because starting with 2 gems makes every day so much better. So much easier in so many ways. So the possibility of collapse, like, what I'm faced with is the issue that I don't actually know. You know, I don't actually know that there might be something more interesting here. So it could simply be that this is a little way for you to maybe get some gems if you're really desperate, and it comes with a very, very real and serious and genuine risk that this all gets permanently closed off. However, this could also be a similar situation, right, to the cursed effigy and to the trunk, which to the coffer, which was like, you know, as soon as you start opening it, it's like, you know, pretty bad idea. You know, you shouldn't. You should know, like, this is really, you know, are you really going to do this? And of course, like, it terrifies you when you think, like, oh my God, like, could this actually be really bad? But it turns out to be totally amazing. You know, it does curse you, but of course it turns out to be actually completely critical to going forward. This could be the same situation as that. It could be that actually there's something. So you can see where I'm going. I don't know if what I'm faced with here is disaster for the rest of, you know, like, the playthrough, and genuinely just losing a really, really, really helpful, you know, every day, a very helpful thing. Or is there a really interesting secret in here to be found? The problem is that, yeah, losing those 2 gems at the start of the day is such... It's not a little... Like, the risk of, you know, the effigy, I suppose, you know, I at least was able to sort of reason, like, most likely they're not going to cripple you for the entire rest of the playthrough. You know, like make it 12 steps for the rest of the playthrough. You know, I could imagine, you know, like, that was most certainly, you know, that on balance that was not the case. And that, you know, given that the coffer is a thing that you buy in the gift shop, and it seems like progress, right? It seems like go forward. It's a bit scary, but go forward. The risk of this one genuinely concerns me. And it's the way they phrase it. Like, it's not... The coffer was always phrased in a bit of a fun way, right? Like, could be a bad idea. You know, you sure you wanna... I can't remember how they said it, but, you know, it was kind of like that. it was a bit spooky seeming. This one's not phrased in a spooky way. It's quite clear. It doesn't feel like this is sort of like written in a narrative way. It feels like this is the game giving me quite clear language, speaking to the player and saying, now sit down, let me tell you something. The chances of a mine cave-in red will increase. Be forewarned, a collapse of any scale. And, you know, it uses the language of the mechanics of the game, right? A collapse of any scale will permanently close this site. When the game tells us permanent changes are afoot, that has always been true. I don't think there's any messing about with this. And with it, the daily gems it provides. Oh, hello. Cavern stability 95%. This genuinely worries me. So I can use this just wherever. Or not just wherever. Not just wherever, actually, in specific places. So here, here, here. And I suppose, if anything, this is the most sus place, right? It just looks a bit sus. Here, 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 here. Okay, hang on. So that seems like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are there any other? Because one of those spots was high, which is kind of weird. Like, it's at the gem. One, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Definitely looks like 7. Obviously, I was expecting 8. Alright, I'm genuinely, I've got to admit, I'm doing a heckin' concern over this. I feel comfortable trying it once. But the other thing I'm thinking is that this is actually going to get me extra gems. And wouldn't that be better to do when I am not completely finished my day? Because the gem itself is going to... If I'm going to do this, like, I might as well get the gem from it, right? If all I'm gonna get is 1 extra gem before losing all of the gems for all eternity, I'm gonna step away from this for the time being, because I am genuinely concerned about losing the gems. I really don't want to lose this yet when I have so much to live for, you know. So I don't want to make the next however many days so much more difficult. Like, the beginning of the day is where the gems count so much. For the time being, I'm going to take this knowledge. Hang on. All right, so it doesn't count for out here either. Okay. All right, that's extremely interesting. God, I'm almost glad I haven't... I take that warning very seriously, and if I take that warning very seriously, I'm actually almost glad I haven't discovered this earlier, because if I were having a day where I was just feeling more risky, not knowing whether something really good is going to come from that or it's only something really bad, like I might have made, I might have brought myself to destruction much earlier. Okay, I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna have a think about what I'm willing to try there and when, because the chance of permanently losing the 2 gems at the start of the day is very, very possibly harsh. And maybe I just like do that when I am a bit further along and I'm sort of a bit more willing to make that risk. Maybe I have a think about, am I willing to try 1? Am I willing to try 2? But I do it on a day where at the very least I'm actually going to use the gem. Okay, but now I know about it. And that's actually great, because I think I don't need to try other things in gem. I mean, that's incredibly great. It means I don't need to go out there and try other contraptions. It was just that. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to put that away for the time being. I know about it. I'm not sure that I'm ready for it yet. So the last thing to do, 2 last things, is to call it a day in a blue room. That would be useful. And I think, given that I just don't have study as an option, let's just do break room, which is right here. And then the other thing is just to look at the map and get my 1 lockpicking skill up. There we go. So I can't do anything more than that. I don't have enough. I don't have enough steps to get another one. So is this the thing? So we're in a blue room. We will. The thing is, yeah, like the blue. I do want the blue scepter, don't I? Because the blue scepter is going to help make throne room more likely, which I need. It's going to help make study more likely. So I do want to finish in a in a blue room. I'm a little bit afraid. I know I can go around the corner and look in Lost and Found. I'm just a little bit afraid that I might lose the scepter if I do that. But maybe it's the last thing, because I have another break room here I can just walk back into. Compass, okay, all right. So yeah, indeed there were no other items here. Okay, and nothing else has appeared on the shelves yet. However, it still could, couldn't it? It still could. What do you think, Mary? What do you think? All right. Okay. We'll pop back in here and call it a day. What an interesting discovery. I'm amazed that I was able to do that so quickly. I literally just wrote down some ideas for trying things in Gemstone Cavern. But I didn't expect it to go like that. All right, okay. Tomorrow for sure can be our blue door day, and we won't be cursed. So the great thing is tomorrow I can also get like the amazing thing, is I can also choose to get Shrine tomorrow. I can choose to go the schoolhouse route. I can choose to get Shrine tomorrow, and if I get Shrine tomorrow, we can also move on to experimenting with Antechamber in the outer room, which I'm very, very, very excited about. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. We're gonna do it. What an interesting surprise today. I did not expect that. All right, I will see you tomorrow for fingers crossed, blue room open. Will it with me, blue room open. All right, bye-bye, take care of yourself, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.